The day was wonderful. We had a wonderful day. And it was misty, but it never did rain. We were on the Skilly Walk, Scilly. I don't know why that's called. I wanted to ask, and I never got to it. But the flowers were spectacular. And, you know, they love this weather. They just love it. It won't rain every day. It's wonderful. And the Charles Fort was on Summer Cove in Kinsdale in Cork County. Everybody mentions the counties that they're in. It seems to be, someone told me later that the reason is like if we're from Virginia, Arkansas, New York, or something like that. We mention our state, they mention their county. So the Charles Fort was built in 1600, and then in 1920, and I don't know why, the Irish Republican Army, IRA, burned them out. There's nothing left now except just building shells of the buildings, nothing inside, you know. It's too bad. It was a lovely place. So after that we went to the Spanish Inn for lunch, and then we shopped in Kinsale all afternoon. You wonder how you can stay that long. It's such a tiny place, you can't get lost. It's like a hamlet. Between a hamlet and I wouldn't even say it was a village. It's not that big. Anyway, at night we ate at Patrick's, and now we are all packed, and tomorrow we're going to take a boat to Garnish Island. And, about Kinsale. 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 The shops were so beautiful, and because, the area has so many retired rich people. So I should have asked, are they Americans too, or is it your people here? I should have asked that. I bet it's our people. It stays light until almost 11:30, so now we know why the drapes are so heavy. So you can go to sleep earlier. And we're on our way to the ferry to Garnish Island. And we are driving through the rain, but we have no fear because John is here. And also, I have my umbrella. John is a good, safe driver, and I cannot speak too highly of him. On the way, we went to a sweet little church. It's called the Church of St. Finbarrs of Gougane Barra. Gougane, and then Barra. And I never heard of St. Finbar, but that's not to say, well, I don't know all the saints. Anyway, it was Catholic, and in the garden they had the Stations of the Cross, and then it had cave-like open areas. There was 8 of them in all, caves made into the rock. And then the brothers would sit there and pray, and they'd read the book. And there was in the back of the cave there was a shelf, a rock shelf, you know, not too wide. I guess they didn't want them to get too comfortable there. Just sit and pray, read the book. The weather was Irish, wet and windy. And we stopped at a pub and had a spot of tea. You know, you always got to warm up and feel comfy and cozy inside. So we had a spot of tea and a scone to warm up. I had apple pie, and it was so good. The crust was so flaky. I'll tell you, it wasn't like what my mom makes or used to make, thick and doughy. Oh, it was nice. So we enjoyed that. Then we went here and there, and then in the afternoon we had to stop to eat again, and we stopped at the Johnny Bear Pub. It's by Garnish Island, and we were in there sitting around putting our order in, and all at once a young, thin young man, not too young, I'm talking like 40 years old, but not 70. He came in and he saw us all, and his eyes lit up, and he came in and he's doing a little jig and then wanting to know if anybody wanted to dance, and then he started singing to us, started singing ballads, you know, and then, oh, him and Cecilia, oh my God, I've got such a wonderful picture of the two of them laughing, hanging on to each other. And he was just the cat's pajamas. He was wonderful. And we had such a good laughing time. And sitting at the bar, here was a real old gent, and he had his cap on and his vest, and he had his rubber boots, and he was having a pint of Guinness. And I asked him could you give me a smile for a picture? And he said, sure, I can. And I took his picture, and he's in the picture. It's like he's going, and he's had his hand up, you know, and he's laughing and choking at the same time. He was so cute.